Now, mind you, I'm not willing to do that because I know the first time I did that, something's going to come up that I forgot, and I'm going to be, you know what? So I won't do that.
So they say you should. Oh, sorry. So they say you shouldn't have above and beyond what is going to be needed for that.
No,
month?
every penny should be accounted for and put in its place. Put in a place. So if you've got $100 and you've got a credit card, that $100 needs to go on that credit card. And the old school used to be if you take the highest interest bearing credit card or whatever, and you pay that off first, or the highest balance. Well, Dave Ramsey's philosophy is you take the lowest balance, not necessarily the lowest interest, the lowest balance. Because those are the little ones that you can get and you can mark them off quick. And it's called snowball. So you take everything you got extra and you put it towards the first one. I mean, every dollar. Once you get that first one paid off, whatever you paid on that one, you take it and you pay it on the second one. And you throw everything at that. And it just keeps snowballing until you're done. We're still in that snowball. We got a while, but we're still in that.
Does that include like what is that? Emergency funds? Is that
was another thing too. Yeah, that's another
Yeah, I
thing.
was going to ask, what happens when your
Like
tire
4
blows or
Well, there's 4 phases.
your car
of Dave
dies?
Ramsey. Your first phase is building an emergency fund. It's $1,000. Okay, 500 if you're single, 1,000 if you're married. $1,000 goes into a savings account, and you don't touch that. It's only for emergency. Your tire blows, your refrigerator quits working. You know, we've had to use it I don't know how many times for different things. That's the first thing. You don't even start your snowball until you get that $1,000 in the bank.
Can you add more to that $1,000?
If you want, but if you've got debt, you need to pay that debt. You need that $1,000 in there for your emergency stuff. Then after you've got that $1,000, and there's been many times we've had to use it. We've had to put tires on the car. So I spent $500. So after I spent the $500, then I stopped all my snowball until I got that $1,000 back in the bank again. So there's been a few times that we've been back and forth, snowball back to emergency fund, but we always make sure we have that $1,000 in the bank. And it has proven to be of value because we've had to use it like 4 times since we've been on this. Maybe not all of it, but part of it, for whatever reason.
all right, so you make your budget,
You make your budget.
then you've got to get
You
1,000.
got to put $1,000 in the bank.
Okay,
Those are
then
your
what's
first
your
2
next
steps.
step?
Your next step is once you get the $1,000, and then do your snowball. Start with your lowest bill, your debt, and you put every dime to it. Even if it's $5 extra a month, you put every dime you can towards that debt until it's paid off. And you pay minimums on everything else. And I know people think you're crazy, but that really is the best way to do it. Because if you start just putting money here, it never does it. You never see a change. So if you put every dime towards that first bill, then the next time you just keep snowballing. And it really does work. It took me a long time to convince my husband to do this. Not because he didn't want to, it's because he was always under, the assumption that you pay the highest bill first. But you never get anywhere. It's like that bill never gets paid off and then you give up. You get frustrated and it's like, oh, this is never gonna work, and you quit. And there's been many times we've wanted to say, this is ridiculous, but we don't. We just keep going.
So with your income tax, do you pay?
You pay it towards a bill.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You put it, if you're in your snowball, you put it towards your snowball. If you're in getting that $1,000 emergency fund, you put it towards wherever you're at, whatever phase you're at, that's what you put it towards. This year we had to pay income tax. So my $1,000 emergency went to pay my taxes. And then I had to stop my snowball until I could get my $1,000 back in there.
So when you went on vacation and you paid everything in cash,
Mm-hmm.
did you continue at that time simultaneously to do your snowball thing?
Yeah, we kept going like we normally do. We have a vacation fund.
Okay.
Our monthly budget allows for a vacation fund. So if we know we're going on a trip, we figure out how much we need per month to get to that amount, and that's what we put in our vacation fund. We put that in. We have a Christmas gift fund too, not just Christmas but birthday too. We put so much money in there each month so that when somebody's birthday comes up, I take cash and I go buy a gift.
So,
Same way with Christmas.
okay, so your budget then every month includes
Yes.
the vacation fund
Yes.
and the birthday.
It includes
okay.
clothing for myself and my husband, clothing from Morgan, dog grooming, because I have a dog that requires grooming, vet bills, because that seems like you never get to the vet because you can't ever afford it. Well, now I have a fund, Morgan's Horseback Riding. So anytime we get ready, we pay once a month. I just take my cash and I pay, and then I'm done. And a lot of places will give you discounts if you pay cash, which I didn't know until I started paying cash.
Like where?
Well, just different, different things. Well, like my horseback riding will give you so that she doesn't have to process checks and stuff. My hairdresser gives me a discount if I pay cash. Because I don't know if she doesn't claim it, or I mean, I don't know, but she just gives me a discount because I pay cash. So, I mean, the good thing about it is that you both have to work together. One can't do it while the other one, So my husband loves spreadsheets. He loves to do all that spreadsheets. So that's his job. He does all the spreadsheets. Then I do all paying of the bills, and then we get paid every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks he has this little chart that he takes to the bank, and people are gonna laugh. But it says what he needs that money for, with weekly expense or bi-weekly expense, groceries, gas, that kind of stuff. And it says in what denominations he needs, so that when he comes home with his cash, we have the exact amount. We know which envelope it goes into, and then
So you have physical envelopes that you have.
we do. Yep, we do. We don't keep a lot of cash, but I mean we do for the birthday, that kind of stuff. And then I have a separate savings account, like for major car repairs. That's part of my budget. All that just goes into a different account, and we keep a running spreadsheet of how much that is. I don't like to keep a lot of cash in my house, so.
You do use like a bank for that.
Yes, I do. Yeah. And I'm one of those people that I refuse to walk into a gas station, pay cash, then walk back out, pump my gas, and then go back in again to get my change. I refuse to do that. So every 2 weeks, I go into Speedway and I buy a gift card. And I put my 2 weeks of gas money on that gift card. I don't use my debit card. And there's Speedways everywhere. But I mean, I just do it because that's what's closest to me. And that's what I do with my gas, so that I can swipe at the pump.
So you don't use a debit card at all for
No.
anything?
No. I have it, but it's,
Okay.
I don't know when's the last time it was used.
ATM?
Nope. Nope.
Wow.
We budget, we each have blow money. We call our blow money. He gets so much, I get so much, and when it's gone, it's gone. We wait till we have to get paid again, and then we get our little allowance. And as we get more out of debt, we'll increase that a little bit. Right now, we have it pretty strict. But then we also have what we call the entertainment fund, which allows us to go out to eat, it's very minimal right now because we want to concentrate more on getting out of debt, so we don't do a lot of other stuff. But, so we keep our blow money separate, and then we have an entertainment fund that we call it. And that's for eating out and doing whatever.
So, do you incorporate, say if you guys, I don't know what type of field you're in for work, but if you get bonuses or anything like that?
All goes to debt. All goes to debt. Now, I did get a bonus at work this year, and that went towards our vacation. So then, because we were going to take a pretty good vacation, a bigger vacation than we normally did. So I took my bonus and put it towards my vacation. So that's a little off the program, but it's cash, so I don't have to put anything on the card. So I mean, we're leaving in a week for vacation, and my vacation is completely paid for. I have my gas money already. We know, approximately how much gas money we're going to need. I have that set aside separately. I have grocery money because we're going to a cabin, so I have grocery money that I've got figured out what we're going to eat and how much. So I have that all taken care of. So to me, it's a lot of fun. It's a challenge of how you can get it all together.
What was the hardest thing for each family member to have to give up when we started?
Well, Morgan was shopping. Morgan likes to shop, and that was her big thing. Mine was shopping for her because I really enjoyed that, and it's been really hard, especially with just like summer, but going out and buying a bunch of summer clothes that she didn't need. I just gave away. Now this makes you think too. I just gave away 6.5 bags of garbage bags full of her clothes that she can't wear anymore. 6.5 bags, not the little garbage bag, the big garbage bags. There is no reason why an 8-year-old needs that many. Jobs because I have too much debt. So if I get rid of this debt, then I can take another job that maybe will pay less hours, or something that will allow me to be closer to home and home more. So that, to me, that was something that we have something to look forward to, a goal. I needed a goal. If I didn't have something, I would have given up a long time ago.
Would you advise someone to try to do this on their own without taking the class?
My brother and his wife are doing it on their own, but they struggle. So I do think going through the class, because you're with other people, and you don't have to release any financial information with the other groups. You know, at the beginning of the group, at the beginning of the first class, they ask everybody just to write on a card how much debt each person had, minus your house. Okay? Everybody's gonna have a house payment or rent. I mean, that's just a given. So minus that. There were 37 of us in a room. We had over $2 million in debt. That was student loans, car payments, credit cards, whatever. That's a ton of debt. It just shocked me. When I started adding up the numbers every month, it made me sick to think how much money I was throwing out to pay interest or pay credit cards. It was more than I made in a week that I brought home in a week. Yeah. But you can still take vacation. You just have to kind of, you budget. You budget your money. Last year when we took our vacation, I went and bought Visa cards, gift cards. I had one for gas and one for eating out. So that we didn't carry a lot of cash. Nobody wants to carry cash on vacation. So that way we had all of our cash for the, and I did a Visa. I didn't do a certain gas station because you never know where you're at if they have those gas stations. So I just did a Visa card. And it worked. So, I know Pam thinks I'm nuts.
No, I don't. I want to do this. Do you do classes on this now?
No, but there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them out there, and it was, like I said, it was $99 to do. It was the best $100 I ever have spent. It really is.
I listened to Dave on the radio. He's actually unable to leave from this class.
Uh-huh.
And I know one of the big things that people call about their huge debt is usually student loans. Can you address how he feels about that? And I actually have a 20-year-old who just asked me to co-sign on a student loan for, and I am adamantly against it, especially at a community college level.
He is
So
not.
can you kind of advise everybody
Yeah.
how he feels about
He
that?
is against any type of loans. He really is. I mean, nobody would have a car payment, house payment, or any type of loan if it was up to Dave Ramsey. Okay. But that's not realistic. I mean, it's not. I have a 22-year-old in college. He's on the 6th-year plan for his 2-year degree, but he's paid it all himself. He goes to Washtenaw. He pays. There's ways around it. You can pay. He pays monthly payments to Washtenaw. They allow him to do monthly payments. So there's ways around it. It's taken him longer, but he's doing it with no debt.
So when you say ways around it, because my daughter actually works for a bank, so of course anything mom and dad said is no good advice. It's what for banking peers have told her, and she is very insistent that regardless of the fact that we said we will not sign for a loan for her, she's going to take out a student loan. So what are the ways around it? Because I need some.
Well, you need to see what the college offers. I mean, we didn't know that they would allow him to make monthly payments. We had no clue. We just thought that you had to pay the whole tuition for the semester up front, and that wasn't the case. So, I mean, I don't know if all of them do that, but I know Washtenaw did. And we help out with books, and I'm his stepmom, so her mom helps out with books, so we all kind of pull and kind of help out with things like that. But tuition-wise, he just pays a monthly payment. So, and he's gotten through his community college that way. So, I mean, I'm not savvy on that because he's the only one I have in college. And like I said, Dave Ramsey believes in no debt, but that's not realistic. You know, some people can do it if you
Well, at least you're eating the rice too, so,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, every night.
if you can start out that way, that's great. But if you're already in so much debt, it takes a long time to get to that. Eventually, I hope that my husband and I never have any more debt. We'll probably always have a house payment,